PEDs. What's all the fuss about? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to On My Head Son. I hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, performance enhancing drugs. What's the problem? So, sportsmen and women get popped for PEDs. Who really cares? Well, I'll tell you what, I really care, especially when we're talking about combat sports, and obviously now we're going to be talking about boxing, of course. Ryan Garcia just got found out for his PED, Ostarine, and was it Nandrolone or whatever the variant of it is called. And he's claiming his innocence and all that kind of stuff. And I've made a video about that as well. But this is not about that. It's really about some YouTube channels and commentators have started to come out saying that people in their comment section are saying, oh, there's no problem. I don't care if he's popped for PEDs. You know, who cares? You know, he's still a great fighter. Now, for me, I've got a very firm line here. Very firm line. If you get caught for performance enhancing drugs, if it's caught in your system, immediate ban. Immediate ban, minimum 2 years. Now, it's up to you to prove your innocence. So the only way that that ban can be overturned is that if you prove that you have an approved supplement or an approved product by, let's say, some kind of boxing federation somewhere, or if you're a UFC fighter, I think they do their own supplements, don't they? Or it's approved by their own supplements, that kind of thing. If you can say, right, this is what I've been taking, I would like you to test this product now. Test what's in this bottle. And then you go to that bottle and you say, actually, this bottle from the approved supplier has been somehow, it's been tainted. It's got this PED in it, for example, right? I know it's an unlikely case. But if you can say, right, okay, fine. You've actually taken the approved supplement, but it was contaminated. Therefore, it's not your fault. You've been doing all the right stuff. It's not your fault. We're going to lift the ban. It's not in your system anymore. That's it. Crack on, lad or lass, right? That's the only way that you can say, right, okay, you know, that I didn't do anything wrong. Because if you're taking another supplement, let's say, or any other kind of, I don't know, vitamin, whatever, household cure, whatever it is, you've got to make sure that there's nothing in there. So you've got to go to your own expense and make sure that whatever you're taking does not contain anything. You cannot just read on the label and say, oh yeah, no, there's nothing on there that's fine. No, you've got to have it tested. You've got to have it chemically tested to say, is this free of any performance enhancing drugs? Or you've got to get a statement by the manufacturer who says, no, there's no performance enhancing drugs in here. So then if you do get caught and you say, well, I've only been taking this is all I've been taking. I've got a letter here from the manufacturer that says there's nothing in this. Let's test this. If there's something in it, it's been contaminated, then you can say, right, it wasn't my fault. I've done my due diligence here. There's nothing wrong. Therefore, you know, then you can lift the ban. But if you're not doing that, then you are completely responsible for what goes into your body. Therefore, if you get caught and you can't prove your innocence, right, it's an immediate two-year ban. If, let's say, you get caught again, there is no second chance here. For me, there is no second. You got caught once, that's it. You know, it's a one-shot deal here. If you get caught again, therefore, you're banned for life. That's it. Of a hard and fast rule. Because you cannot enter a ring or any kind of combat sport, you know, with any unfair advantage, because you can end up killing somebody. And that's not what this is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be a fair fight. It's supposed to be a fair challenge. It's supposed to be a fair race. If it isn't, then you might as well just do away with anything. You might as well just let robots start fight with each other, or androids, or cyborgs, or whatever, or anybody with some kind of unfair advantage. You might as well, go to a fight or any sports and say, right, take this zoom juice right now. It's going to make you go at 100 miles an hour just for the next 2 hours. Therefore, you'll win you'll beat everybody. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? You can't do that, and that wouldn't be fair. And who would want to watch that? I certainly don't want to watch somebody who's on some kind of PED competing, because it's not a competition then, is it? It's an unfair advantage. It's an unfair competition. So to those people out there, and if you want to comment on this video, I really don't care, right? For those people out there, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. It's a massive deal, because one, it's unfair. It's an unfair playing field, as it were. But in terms of combat sports, it's ultra dangerous. Devin Haney just got completely banged up there. And we don't know if it's because he was banged up because he's totally outclassed, or he was banged up, one, because he was weight deprived, but also Ryan Garcia had performance enhancing drugs in his system. So that's it. Now, you could say, okay, well, I didn't do it on purpose. Right. Nobody is saying that just because you got caught for PEDs in your system that you're a cheat. No, I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that it's in your system. You are responsible for what's in your system. And if you cannot prove your innocence, therefore you've been caught. If you get caught again, I'm afraid to say, all element of doubt has gone. You're a cheat. You're a simple cheat. You cannot allow this to be in your system. Now, us mere mortals are not involved in professional sports. We could quite openly say that within our systems right now, it would be quite easy to find something in our system, right? Because we're not competing at level. We could take anything off the shelf, any kind of vitamin, any kind of, Vicks Vapo Rub or whatever it is. You could have anything that might contain something, and we're just unaware of it. In fact, some medicines, contain steroids that we would have to have, right? That's just the way it is. But for athletes, especially professional athletes, you can't do that. There is a list. It has to be controlled. You have to lead an ultra clean life, and you're thoroughly tested. So there are quite a few things here. First of all, should they improve the quality of the testing, but the frequency of testing, and also should they really increase or reduce, I should say, the time from the test to getting the results. Because obviously if you're waiting a week, 10 days or whatever, then of course somebody could be having a fight. They could have the test 2 days before the fight. They could have the fight, and then the result comes back a week later. Well, it's too late. It shouldn't have been allowed in the ring. So maybe up to the fight, it shouldn't be like a monthly check. It should be daily or weekly checks for, let's say, from a month out. You should be having monthly checks or a weekly check or whatever it is, just so that you're getting regular checks up to the lead up to the fight. And also, the turnaround, it should be a very quick, almost like a roadside check, like the police do for narcotics and for alcohol, right? You can say, no, this is what we're testing for. Bosh, let's just, a whole list here. And they just have a go pack, a go kit, just to be able to test people on the spot. That's the only way you're going to get around it. Now, I heard lots of things about sanctions, not only for fighters, but also for trainers and managers and promoters. Yeah. Throw the book at everybody. If you're involved with this fighter and you get caught, that means the whole team gets caught. Everybody gets caught. And yeah, the argument is, if everybody else is involved and going to have sanctions against them, going to be punished, then this will be stamped out straight away. You'd have boxers who nobody would want to touch. Nobody would want to have anything to do with, because then it becomes self-policing. It would be self-governing. Nobody would want to be involved with anybody. Now, the thing is, you'd still say, right, there would be something that you're ingesting into your body. Then you could say, okay, I've got all the documentation, I've got all the paperwork, we know where the source is, it's all written down, it all comes from approved sources. You could also say that maybe fight sports like boxing should have their own approved supplements. or UFC, or whatever it is, any kind of MMA or BKFC, whatever it is, you can only get your supplements from this list of suppliers, right? So you can have healthy competition, right? This list of suppliers that show approved products. They're approved products that do not contain anything. If you say that's all I'm taking, right? This is what it is, and that whatever you're taking, that bottle, that can of stuff, can be tested. Or every time you take one, you've got to take a sample out of it, seal it in a kind of evidence bag type thing, and date it and say this sample came from this here, therefore. Now, many of you might be out there saying, that's ridiculous, that's too much work, that's too much involved, you can't expect fighters to do this or sportsmen to do this. Well, actually, I think you can. Yes, it takes more time, it takes more diligence, but this is the only way you're going to stamp it out. You have to put the onus on the fighters and the trainers and the management and the promoters to say, we are not having this in our sport because it's just way too dangerous. And to anybody who says, oh, it's not a big problem, well, I think it is. I think it is a big problem, because if you're stepping into the ring, especially with somebody who's got an unfair advantage, that could be your life on the line. As if it wasn't on the line anyway. Now you're saying, oh yeah, it's easy, oh, it's okay. Well, it's okay for you to say that, make that comment, if you're not putting your life on the line. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But, for me, PEDs, nowhere near boxing, nowhere near any sport. And if you get popped for it, immediate ban for 2 years. It's up to you to prove your innocence, not for anybody else to prove your guilt. You've already been found guilty. You got to prove your innocence. And the only way you can prove your innocence now is to be ultra diligent, ultra observant of what's going into your body. Let us know your thoughts. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I will catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now.